I have been wanting to get back on here making videos. I haven't been inspired lately. I'm being honest. My life has been crazy. My life has been up and down. It's been hard, but that's why I wanted to come on here today. Have a little mukbang. I have an iced tea. I have some Chipotle leftovers. I had some earlier, so this is just gonna be leftovers. I just wanted to start a conversation, and today I thought, what a better way than to share about my insecurities, because realistically it's my insecurities that have kept me from coming on here and being creative, and so here we are. So before we officially jump in, I think it would only be courteous of me to ask, what is your go-to order from Chipotle? Very good. I've never tried that. I always get chips with salsa. I mean, mine's half eaten, but I get the steak bowl. And yes, I pay the extra $2 for the guac. I mean, who wouldn't, right? I mean, I am somebody who I strongly believe that being honest and open and talking about your insecurities really helps you to sort of deal with them and get over them, or to accept them. And it also helps you kind of connect with people, because I believe that we are all going through something, and the more we share it with other people, the more we realize that, you know, it might be something completely different from what your friend's going through or whatever, but the feelings are very, very similar, if not the exact same. The feelings of, you know, feelings of self-isolation, and the feelings of self-hatred, and, you know, self-deprecation. I don't know, that kind of stuff. But I mean, it's true. Like, I believe it's true. I believe when you share sort of like your insecurities with people, it helps you to connect with them, and it helps to kind of sort of level the energy, because it's like, you never know when somebody is really going through something. Sometimes they can look from the outside completely fine, and on the inside they're like dying. And so when you share something, maybe it will allow them to open up, and yeah, it'll just strengthen your bond as a friend, or a family member, whoever you're talking to. So I thought I would open up to you guys about some of my biggest insecurities. One, like I said before, one of them was actually keeping me from making videos and being creative, and I kind of faced it head on, and I'm feeling better than ever. So that's a story that I would like to share, because it's something that has been affecting me for 2 years. 2 years, and I just kind of dealt with it because ultimately I was afraid. I was afraid to deal with it. I was afraid what would happen, how I'd feel after. There are other insecurities that kind of keep me from doing certain things in my life, or make, you know, certain things difficult for me, and vice versa, etc., etc. This is a bad idea. I thought if I ate, it would make it a lot less serious. I thought it would be like a lot more funny and like cozy, and less like I'm a therapist trying to tell you, you know, how to live your life. So the number one thing, I'm just gonna get straight into it, that was keeping me from making videos and being creative, and really anything to do with me and my artistic side, because I hated the way I looked on camera. And I mean, I feel like a lot of people do, right? So I have always been insecure about my eye bags. Okay, I have really deep set eye bags. I look tired. I've always looked tired my whole life. I feel like it contributes to me looking sad a lot of the time. And 2 years ago, I decided to get filler under my eye. At the time, I wasn't going to somebody who I felt a connection with. Like, the nurse who was injecting me, she was very nice, but there just wasn't like a connection there. There wasn't like a relationship built there. And so when I had my lips done before, and that was really exciting. I actually filmed it. I posted it here on YouTube. If you've been following me for a while, you know, if you remember who I am and that I actually exist. I posted a video, you know, I filmed that. I also filmed her doing my under eyes. The experience was so traumatic for me. It did not look like any of the videos that I had researched. There was just a lot of like tugging and smoothing and scraping and ew. Basically, I didn't even look at the footage. I threw the footage away. I deleted it. I had bruises all over for like 3 weeks, and I basically became very depressed about it. I essentially wasn't happy from the beginning, and I should have said something, okay? And she probably could have helped and we could have fixed it. But I had thoughts going through my mind. I didn't know whether she did it wrong. I didn't know whether I could trust her to do it right. I thought I had believed in her and her abilities and her skills and her education and all that kind of stuff. But when I was dealing with that, I was like, wow, like I really don't even know. Like I actually don't have like 100% positive vibes from this woman. And I felt like if I were to have spoken up and been negative to her in any way, I feel like I would have got like catty reaction. I would have got sass. I would have got negative energy in return. I also felt like an idiot because I had spent all this money on filler for under my eyes, thinking that I would be beautiful and I'd be so happy and all my problems would be fixed, and it wasn't. I also kind of didn't want to tell anybody really because I didn't want to look like an idiot. Like people around me were like, wow, like it's a really risky, like are you sure you want to do that? And I was like, listen, like I knew I wanted to do it, right? And I did it and I felt like an idiot, like really. So basically I spent about 2 years going back and forth whether I wanted to message her, whether I didn't want to message her, whether I wanted to go somewhere else to get them removed. I was also afraid to get them removed because I remember feeling so ugly before, and there was obviously a reason why I spent so much money on them, and I didn't know if I was gonna look even worse if I got them removed because of damage. I was afraid to ask questions. I was afraid to get help. It was a lot of money. It was a huge insecurity of mine. I didn't feel like I was supported, and half that could have been my fault because sometimes I assume the worst. Sometimes I just, like any energy that's not like radiating positive energy, I just assume it's negative energy. I would use filters on Snapchat, and you know, I would post videos here and there and like whatever, and I would film videos and I wouldn't post them because I felt so ugly, and then just use a lot of filters, and then I felt so good because like these filters were making me look so pretty. And then every once in a while I would look at my face in the camera and I'd just be like, damn, like you're fucking ugly. You spent all this money, you idiot. Anyway, to make a long story short, I recently decided to reach out to the woman who did it. She told me it was a completely normal thing for this to happen and that she would be willing to take me in and help me. But she told me that it was going to be roughly like 17 days or something before she could take me in. And at this point, I don't know if any of you are like this, but like I'll build something up so much in my head until it gets to the point where I'm like it's so dramatic. I'm like, I'm either getting it fixed or I'm gonna kill myself. And it sounds so dramatic. Like it sounds stupid, but like that's, I don't know. Anyways, I have another lady now that does my filler. This lady that I see now, I love her to death. The energy that I feel around her, I feel loved, I feel safe, I feel respected, I just feel good with her, right? I feel like her credentials are correct and I feel like she knows what she's doing, and she's done my cheeks, she's done my Botox, she's done my lips, she's done my chin, and some of the things like my chin was something that I never ever thought I wanted to do, but she like recommended it, and it was like one of the biggest things that has brought me a lot of mental clarity when it comes to my dysphoria. So anyways, after hearing that the woman who had injected me under the eyes, after hearing that she couldn't see me within like the next 2 weeks, I was like, I can't. It was gonna be like 3 weeks, and I was like, I cannot wait that long. And so I went to my girl now, the one who I trust, and I actually just went today, this morning actually. I got my filler taken out, so this is pretty much natural for me now. and I just feel so good. Like, it was so easy. It didn't hurt. I was afraid that it was gonna hurt. It didn't hurt really bad. It wasn't expensive. Like, it was just 2 years of suffering, you guys. It was like one of my biggest insecurities that like flagged me every day. Every time I looked in the mirror, every time I took a video, like, yeah. So anyways, there's that. Okay, so now another big insecurity of mine, which I feel like is kind of obvious, I guess, if you're trans or if you know anybody who's trans. This one's kind of like, it's obvious. Basically everything masculine about myself, my transness, is a big insecurity of mine. And I'm at a place now where it's like, it's not, you know, oh my god, like I need to change everything about myself. Like, I'm pretty content with it now. We all have our days, you know, where our dysphoria hits us stronger than others. So for instance, I mean, the lens definitely makes my hands look bigger because it's like closer to the screen, but I have larger hands. I recently noticed that Adele, the singer, has larger hands, and so that's kind of kept me content with that. My Adam's apple, you know, my sharpness on my face, my nose. My nose has always been a big insecurity of mine. But when I really think about it, it's not even like my transness that is the insecurity. Like, when I really think about it, it's the reaction from other people. It's the fact that people aren't more aware. It's the fact that people aren't more educated on trans women, trans people, LGBT people, anybody who's different in general, just like people that are different from them. It's sad that people don't have more sympathy, not sympathy, apathy? I mean, at the end of the day, I wouldn't be insecure if I didn't have people giving me awkward stares, or if I didn't have to read the news about people dying and being murdered, if I didn't have to watch shows with stupid jokes, or just the comments that I see on videos or Instagram posts or anything like that. I wouldn't feel this insecure about being transgender if it wasn't for other people's opinions. I guess at the end of the day, that goes for any insecurity. I mean, realistically, none of us would be insecure if society didn't dictate what was beautiful or what was normal or appropriate or expected of us. It's true, right? So the last thing I wanted to share with you guys, the last big insecurity I have is I have scoliosis. I mean, I haven't got it checked in like 10-15 years, but the doctor said that I probably wouldn't have any super serious complications with my back, but essentially my back is crooked, and that means my whole body is crooked. So if you look, my one shoulder is shorter than the other one, my one rib cage pokes out more, my hips are uneven, my back is uneven, obviously, just everything's uneven. And that's been a big insecurity of mine. It doesn't bother me so much anymore, but when it comes to summer and wearing skimpier clothing, bathing suits and stuff like that when I'm swimming, or when I'm, you know, with friends and I'm taking my shirt off and they're seeing me from behind, or like with a partner taking my shirt off, like being intimate, it is something that I'm insecure about, because my body not only isn't, you know, fit and perfect and beautiful and sculpted, but it's crooked, you know? It's not symmetrical. I remember being in school and I'd be sitting and I'd be like trying to sit as straight as possible because I didn't want anybody to kind of see me from behind. When I walk, I try to like walk with my head held high, and I try to like really focus on my walking so I'm not like limping or skipping, or, you know, I try to make sure I'm not like leaning to one side. I could do stuff about it, like I could get a surgery. But I think they only do surgery if it's like super serious. You can't just go and get random surgery. I could get like a back brace. I could work out more or whatever. I'm almost afraid to work out sometimes because I'll end up favoring one side. So I hold a lot of stress, a lot of tension in my shoulders, and like one side of my back muscles will be really tense because as I'm doing like push-ups or sit-ups or whatever I'm doing, I'm kind of compensating for the crookedness of my back. So then I feel like I'm gonna be even more uneven because one side of my body is gonna be completely more jacked, and then the other side, like this side of this part of my body on this side, and then like this side, like everything is just gonna be completely uneven. But yeah, so these are my insecurities. I take it one day at a time. I I try not to stress. I try to do as much as I can, emotionally, mentally, physically, to just accept myself. Part of the reason why I wanted to share this video is because it's me sharing it and connecting with you guys, right? And by doing that, I'm able to accept it further for myself, especially the two things that you guys would have ever probably noticed. It's funny how a lot of our insecurities are things that like other people wouldn't even notice. But yeah, so I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are staying healthy. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed me connecting a little bit deeper. Sorry it was kind of gloom. It was kind of serious, I guess. Insecurities are scary. I mean, they're scary to share. They're scary to talk about. The more you talk about them, the more you accept them, the more you own them, the more you connect with people, the more you accept yourself, the easier it is to kind of change those negative feelings and I guess make it easier for yourself. I don't know. This has just been what's on my mind lately, and I thought I would share it. So let me know down below if you want to what your insecurities are. If you have any similar insecurities as I do. Obviously, if you're trans watching this, you'll probably have some trans insecurities. If you've ever, done something to kind of ease some of your insecurities that have failed, like mine. And at the end of the day, I guess the lesson was that I'm beautiful the way I am, and I shouldn't spend money to get filler to fix everything I can, because sometimes when you fix something, you're creating a bigger problem. In reality, we should all just learn to love ourselves and accept who we are, right? Easier said than done, I know. I'm just rambling now, so I'm gonna go. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing me and hearing from me. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, message me, comment down below what other conversations you want to have. Let's talk, let's connect, let's open up, let's share, let's be friends. I hope you guys are having a good day, and I'll see you next time.